think we landed on the moon back in the day?
No, hell no. You got those over there by
Yeah, you like,
Pasadena, over there by Oscar de la Hoya.
Hey man, do you and Oscar, do y'all get along or?
Yeah.
Okay,
no,
yeah.
Not now, but I mean after that.
Hey George, is that a writer's book right there?
Yeah. With a $3,000 pen.
Can I have it?
Oh.
This is a Montblanc, right?
Yeah.
So this is
yeah.
a Alfred Hitchcock. Also for dates. Check it out. She is all tired.
Yeah.
So remember Vertigo?
Yeah. Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
Psycho?
yeah.
So the pen right here is a knife, like from Psycho. See what usually?
Oh, that's dope.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's got the names of the movies around it,
That pen is $3,000.
like $3,500.
That's a sick ass
Oh,
watch
wow.
too.
Yeah.
You know who's why? This was. It's like Sanford and Son on me right now.
Really?
This thing. This was Johnny Carson's Rolex.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
Nice.
Johnny Carson's Rolex, Richard Pryor's chair. Like you got,
No, mom, yeah.
you got like a fucking museum.
Whose underwear do you have? Half of my grandmother in the house. Yeah, man, I'm good. Hey, you know, as you get older, you develop, you change, you get more tolerance for things. You know, years ago, I would have been very upset, for the idea of comedy fiesta. You know, it's like you couldn't think of anything better.
Right.
You know, what's next? Hamali.
Right. Oh, we got the comedy fiesta. I think everybody does like a comedy fiesta.
Yeah.
You know, and we're doing Cinco de Mayo together.
Jalapeno.
Hey, but thank you for getting on the show for me too.
No,
though.
of course. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
you
man.
know, listen, I don't come in here that often, but sometimes I drive by at night. No, no, I love you guys.
Hey man, you ever did that thing when you're driving past someone and you don't want them to see you? So you feel like if you don't look at them, they don't see you.
Yeah.
Have you ever had that when you drive by somebody's house? You're like, oh no, I don't want to look over there because then if I look at it, I acknowledge them.
Hey, remember when we ran into each other in front of the shells?
Hell yeah.
Like, what did you have?
I was in. I don't know if I was in. What were you in?
I think I was in that convertible 911, that Porsche. That silver
Okay, so I must have been in like, I don't know if it was like a Mercedes or something.
Yeah,
or,
yeah.
But we were in two nice cars, and we looked over at each other, and it was like a great poupon
We
moment.
were like,
we made it.
Very
Yeah, then mine got repossessed right after that. I remember well.
I hit the curb on the turn.
Right. Hey man, George, you still growing your hair out?
Yeah.
That's why I call him George Zeppelin, man.
Yeah. It's longer than the time I saw you guys.
Man, yeah, man.
Wow.
So are you putting together a rock album or what's going on here?
Man, you want to see it?
Yeah, because I remember at one point you said George, at one point, remember you said you was going to cut it, right? And I was like, no, bro, you can't cut it.
like wisdom, look at her.
Hey, man, and you got like a full mane.
Wow.
Like there's nothing that's leaving you.
The Mexican Gandalf.
Hey, man.
Get Chicano Sia.
Hey, man.
Wow.
It's a long hair, dog.
Hey, man, get somebody bring Chuck in here so we can give him Chuck some of his hair.
Oh, my God.
Oh, that's dope. Hey, man, for the show, you should come out like that.
For real.
Hey, George, you continue to stay on stage, man. Like, is there still that love for being on stage for George Lopez? I'm trying to get an interview and shit.
Well,
Oh my
when
god.
things,
The pelo in the mouth.
when things have gone so well, thankfully, Mayan, we had that thing. It's just, I think when you get to a point where everything's really kind of really nice, I think the natural instinct in people who work hard is to not really take time to enjoy it or not trust that you could enjoy it and fear that it's not going to be taken away. So I think when you get to a point where you really like what you do and you're happy for other people. Listen, I called Fluffy after he did SoFi, probably like how long did it take for the jealousy to go away? 3 days? I called him up and I said, hey man, congratulations, man. And it's a great, beautiful thing, man. It's a great thing to have done.
That's a hell of a night for comedy as well, man. We're talking about like, 70,000 people, SoFi.
Right.
And it was just a great night, especially, man, a great night to see people laughing. Because, it's so much going on in the world right now.
And
like,
Willie Barcena was upset because I guess in the county jail they didn't have that channel. They had 75.
Be nice.
They had 75. It was on 73.
Yeah, be nice. But you still got a love for being on stage, huh?
Yeah. And you know what's crazy, man? It comes like just things come back to you. Like, you're going to forget things when you get older, but also going to remember things from the past. Everybody talking about, Mayans on a dating app, and people meet on dating apps. And that one time I was in El Paso, and they said, let's go to this club, this house where women are in there, and then they play music, and people get drunk. I don't want to say what kind of, I guess, a fun house or whatever. So we go in line. There's probably like 20 guys in line, and I'm like, what? We're like, what's taking so long? And I look around the corner, and there's a little Mexican lady sitting in the corner with like a towel, and she's checking out every dude's penis to see if they can go into the fun house.
What?
Height requirement.
Like looking at it, she's clean or whatever, marks, manchas or whatever.
Any bumps?
Any bumps, discoloration.
So literally to get in, I would have to place my tallywhacker in the towel in her hand?
So I'm like 11 people away, and I'm like, you know what? Like smog check. I'm not going to pass this check. I'm trying to get out. Excuse me. I'm trying to back a car out of a line with 2 lines of cars.
Hey, man, you know how when they have like those checkpoints and you're like, oh, man, I'm going to turn around.
My daughter fell at school.
At 9:30 at night.
So I was like, man, I got to get out of this line. I'm not going to pass.
Hey, man. So you didn't go in?
I wanted to go in, but
Right,
I still had some work to do on my small. I wasn't going to.
Had anyone ever heard of something like that?
No. It sounds like fun.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, I bet it was.
But then also, you realize that, I'm going to be 65.
Damn, George.
This
I
month.
love it.
So,
as Kevin Hart said, damn. No.
But this woman, she said, do you have a condom? And I said, for what? And she's like, for sex. I said, with who? It shows. Your age shows.
Hey, George, you'll be 65 this year?
Yeah.
Man.
Big, it's like, I always consider myself young in my head. Some people see themselves young in their head, and then your body, everything changes. But in your mind, you stay young. So there was these dudes out there that have like a railing, and the stairs a little bit higher, and they go, "Hey, George Lopez!" I try to be all cool in one move. Hey, I kicked the top of the stair. I didn't get all the way up on the stairs, so I fell forward, and I just said, and as I'm walking away, they're like, "Don't try to be young, puto." I was gonna crack my shoulder.
Hey,
I
George,
was doing a stunt.
have you ever been somewhere and you look in the mirror at yourself every day? And then you'll look at a friend of yours or something, and they look old, and you be like, "Oh shit, I look old." And y'all not there yet, but it's a thing where you be like, "Man, like damn, man, everybody from high school look crazy." Then you like, "Wait,
you know what, man?
I look crazy."
I lost that weight. I go look in the mirror. I look like a Chicano Tom Hanks from Castaway, and I got manchas in the back, like skin right there. Like, hey, man, then they tell you not to slide on the cement. I haven't slid on the cement, and then. When you have like a beef stew or you do a microwave like in a small, Stouffer's thing, and then you have to you peel the plastic off, but it's still got some food under it. All my back is like that every morning. And the small of my back, it's a tramp stamp, but it looks like it could be some beef stroganoff. So you're just like, man, where's all this discolored skin coming from?
How much did you lose, George?
I lost, let's see, I got dizzy in the elevator. Let's see, I lost 76 pounds.
No,
but
you didn't.
like a Mexican, they said, "Hey, are you still taking that stuff?" I'm like, "No, man, you told me to stop."
George, I didn't know you had 76 pounds to lose.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So are you doing the Ozempic, Monjoros, or any of those things?
Yeah, I think there's a cocktail, another one too. I think Correctol.
Right.
Correctol chaser, Ducalax.
Hey, man, get it all out of you.
Man.
How do you feel?
I feel good. At a time, it comes off so fast. And like, what did I weigh? Like 177? That's what I weighed in third grade. 177. But I didn't think as an adult I would get below 200 or 190.
Really?
Yeah.
So what was your biggest?
251.
George.
And a heavy 251. I tried to jump rope because I always could go back to jumping rope.
Right, and this is all in your head. I can do this.
In my grandma's garage. go get one of those little refrigerators and try to bounce it like a basketball. That's what it felt like.
Oh.
Damn.
It's like trying to bounce a refrigerator. That's how heavy I felt. The rope is like, yo, man, we can't get under you.
Right.
You got to jump a little bit higher, bro.
You got to cut the motherfucker in half.
with a knife, just the bottom part. Whittle that last
You
part.
making social media videos, you know.
It's like, man, yeah. So now I lock the cats in the room with that,
Right.
with the rope.
Hey,
But I
you
mean,
feel good.
yeah, I think so.
Right.
I think you feel better just, losing weight. I mean, I have a picture of myself walking in the hallway in Vegas, and I'm like, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. My neck, I had no neck.
Damn.
So you gain weight and you have no neck.
Hey, George, did you have different size suits? You know how you wear the black suits for the show?
Yeah.
Did you have different size black suits in your closet?
Big. I lost 12 suit sizes.
Oh, damn.
Damn.
So I went to a 62, and then it's like like your mom would do it if you were like big bone when you were a kid.
Nah,
and
big
she goes,
bone.
Give me another sticker so I can put on his pants. 32, pero no, he's 42, but I want him to think it's 32.
Yeah.
Because your mom doesn't want you to be
flattering
crying.
thing.
Yeah, to be crying when you go to school. But I think they were cut to a certain thing. I think it might have been 62. I think I'm a 48.
Really? So you say you lost about 12?
12 pounds. 12 suit sizes. Yeah.
And did Mayan just turn 30?
She just turned 30 on April 2nd.
What is that like, bro, having a 30-year-old daughter?
Yeah, it's amazing. I think she likes to go out, So, of course, Ann says, she's just like you.
Right.
I'm like, all right. You mean go out to work?
Right.
She's just like me. and even I haven't been married in 12 years, and still, like, for the sake of mine, we talk a little bit more, and you try to be like, I don't know if we'll ever be a family, but I went to Mayan's birthday party, and this it's like this setup. It's like the pick and roll. When he sits down, you go over there, and I'm going to walk across, and then you say, she's still in love with you. And I said, oh yeah, great. I said, I loved chocolate milk when I was a kid. I don't drink it anymore. I think so. I think you grow up, man. You can't not open the door to everybody at your house. You have to open it once in a while. I mean,
right.
FedEx or Amazon, yeah, of course, but maybe a person or two. I leave people out there hanging, man. Like,
right.
I don't know what it became. I play guitar every day.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in my grandma's house and I had the amp, she goes, "Baja eso, son of a bitch!" I don't use the amplifier in my house, or if I do, it's really low. Like, there's no way you could. I think an oil lamp makes more sound than me. I'm like, because I can still hear her in my head telling me to turn it down.
Who, your grandmother?
Yeah.
Hey, George, but you live alone, huh?
Yeah, I live alone.
That doesn't get too quiet for you, or you enjoy the quiet? Because you can go to the noise.
Listen, man, when I was in my grandma's house, it's a little 2-bedroom house, and if I heard something in the middle of the night, I'd be on the street. Hey, Georgie, what are you doing in the street? I just saw the curtain move or a chair turn. The house I live in is haunted.
Yeah, I know, man. That's why I asked you if you still live there.
It's haunted, yeah.
Yeah, but what have you seen there?
I heard things moving around, but bouncing, moving around, just really jumping stuff, in the attic.
Do you still hear that now?
A little bit, but now I see things. They have this app, and it picks up picks up the energy of a ghost.
The only reason why you would have
you.
that app if you thought something was in your house already.
Yeah.
Because I don't have that app.
Other than going to Switzerland, this is all I got.
Right.
to go try to find a doctor. So this is the and the white becomes the see the white.
So that white is that something that you see flashing?
Yeah.
Oh my.
But you know what though? Even
and that's the room where I hear it and I see him. I hear him and I feel it, or something will go, and then I'll turn.
Remember when you showed us like the fireplace and all the other stuff? Remember I haven't been to your house since.
No, you don't want to deal with that.
I'm like, man, you ain't getting nothing to go and jump in my back pocket and come to my crib.
What happened?
It just some crazy shit over there.
We did a thing in there, and they said we did a thing. I think we did a DoorDash commercial for when the pandemic started. So they're going, everybody quiet, and then the sound girls like this. Hang on a second. Could you tell that woman who's talking to maybe I can hear her? And then I'm like, there is no woman here in the house. It's just us. And she's like, no, there's somebody talking. I said, well, I think we should just do the DoorDash thing, and then you guys dash out of here. And on the way out, she goes, I'm never coming back to your house.
Yeah.
And I said, what's that behind you?
Right.
I don't know.
Just leave.
But I mean, I hear this, and then I hear a drop, and every time I pick up this app thing, it finds something in the app.
Yeah, I'm definitely
Wow, yeah,
going
no.
over there, bro.
But also, you know, in that area, there's the murder mansion there we talked about, and you know, listen, man, white people do a lot of things to houses, but that house was nicer looking when it was only a murder that happened in there.
Really though.
They're designing. Chingo. I could live in there where two people butcher with a ball peen hammer, but those windows as a Mexican,
I can't.
I'm never going in. They're holding me. No, they're holding me. Yellow. No. It's just what they did to that house. It's more of a horror on the outside now than on the inside, I think.
But that's one of those things too, bro, where it seemed like you got used to it.
The rule is somebody touches me, I'm out.
Yeah, okay, yeah. As long as you don't touch me.
I heard somebody say George in this ear, and when it does happen, I say it out loud. I said, somebody just said George in this ear. And it's an old house, so when you walk on the floor, you walk the stairs, somebody's trying to sleep, you hear, and I said, who's that? And then you hear, like a half a step. And I'm like, is somebody walking around in my bedroom? And the door to the bathroom downstairs is never locked, and then it locked, and then it unlocked.
Yeah. And you live alone.
Oh, no.
So you know you locking.
Not
Yeah,
that
man.
alone.
Yeah. You are not alone. The ghost is here with you. In a major way, man.
The ghost is mad that you're Mexican. He's like, get out of my house.
What are you doing there? And then after a while, they're like, you don't own this house. They're like, he really does.
Let me tell you, I testified. God bless Michael Jackson. I testified in the Michael Jackson trial in 2005, and I saw him in the court, right? And I said, I go in there, and I'm like, I wonder where he is. But they're on a break. I look over, and he's wearing like a red jacket he looked like a nutcracker. I said, clearly close to the holidays, is it? He's dressed like a nutcracker. I told Ellen, I was on her show, I said, he looked like the Captain Antonio. But, man, I feel bad saying this, but you know, I grew up on the Jackson 5 and all that stuff. So when he's sitting at the table, he's looking at me and he's smiling. He's got really thin lips, you know, and he just looked a different color, like the color of the phone right there. And man, it's just so sad, man. And for about a month, I got up in the middle of the night because I was like scared of, you know, him, I guess, moonwalking through my floor. But it affected me so much because I never knew anybody like that personally. But also, you have a relationship with his family and the music and seeing them since he was a boy, and now you see that. Yeah. And I just couldn't. How
many times were you in court and you saw him?
Twice.
Okay, and for the backstory of that, somebody like, man, he was in court. That was because you got subpoenaed because it was a family that you had helped out, and they just kept coming, right? Right, and then they got caught up in the Michael Jackson thing, and you was more like a character witness. Was it kind of against, like, this is what they do?
Well, allegedly, the kid was in the hospital and he wasn't eating, and I said, hey, if you eat and you get out, because the only way he's going to get out is I'll take you to Sherman Oaks Mall. So Pete, mine was about the same age, so he got out. And then when he came back to my house, the wallet was on the mantle, and Ann said, is that your wallet? I said, no, that ain't my wallet. So I open it up, and it's his wallet. And he's got a junior high ID. And I open it up, and there's a $50 bill in there. And I said, why would a kid have a $50 bill in there? So I called the Laugh Factory, and I said, hey, I'm going to drop this off because he was going to – they had that comedy camp, and he could get a hold of him and stuff. But Mesereau was doing his discovery, and he called the Laugh Factory and Jamie Masada. Jamie Foxx was involved too. But Jamie Masada said, the George Lopez man, he say that he take a $50 bill from his wallet. And he said that George, the dad said that I took the money from the wallet, that there was $300 in there, and that I took the $300 and that I was a thief. So Mesereau used that in his opening statement about how the family was just wanted money.
And that's how you got caught in.
Yeah, and I said, hey, if it's imaginary, he took $5,000 from me.
Right.
If he can say it, I'll say that. But it did. I mean,
and my Mona Lisa picture off the wall.
Right.
Yeah.
So I would always try to help people, but then I'd be the one that gets messed up. Man, it cost me $125,000, man, to go over there and testify and get a lawyer, and I didn't do anything. But
Damn.
I had to go over there. I had to get a plane to go over there. I was still in rehearsal, and it's like, man, it's you try to help out, and then and leaving. It was lunchtime, and Michael Jackson was you look down the hall, and he's in the elevator, and he holds it open, and he goes, George, come on, I'll buy it. Maybe next time, Yorona.
No, you ain't getting me nutcracker.
I wasn't going to the elevator.
Hey, George, so they didn't renew your show with Mayan.
Yeah.
Man, what happened there? But how much TV are we watching? It seemed like that was such a great show.
Thank you. I'll say this. It's not even just about my show. If you look at, they got rid of DMV at CBS and Watson, and DMV a couple years ago was a great show. I thought I want to be on that show. And if you look at what's happening since Colbert and all that other stuff, there's been in a larger amount of people of color removed from TV in the last 2 years, but more since this administration, because I think he holds them accountable. And I think that's what you're seeing. You're seeing there's a fear, and then there's kind of a leveling of the field when you had the field, growing. I mean, we had, Mayan was a thing. We had African-American directors, women, Latinas, showrunner was Latina. I mean, we covered all of the stuff, and the show was building as a show would build. And 45 shows into seasons, the show doesn't get canceled. It's just really starting to take off. So it's bothersome, but also it was great to do. But that's unfortunate, and it's not just me. If you look at it the way you look at it, if you were in the TV, you would see that there's so many shows of people of color that are not around anymore.
Yeah, man. Yeah. How involved are you? Do you see what's going on just in the world today too?
Yeah,
George. When you see ICE, when you see Iran, when you see the gas prices, when you see the buffoonery, the Epstein files, it is a lot to upload and download.
Listen, man, if you had cognitive decline, and you worked at
anywhere
at Barragon's on Victory, and they said, "Hey, there's vato right here that's laying out the silverware has cognitive decline. I don't think he should be near the knives." No, that guy, he'll be all right. You wouldn't let a valet person be cognitive decline and be working. Right. So we have a guy that's the leader of the free world with cognitive decline who is attacking the war with just on his own. I mean, listen, I always think everybody's Mexican, So I think Trump, he's remodeling the house he don't own. He's starting shit with other countries. Right. I mean, he's hired his son-in-laws over there, hired them. I mean, if you have a job where you can hire your family, you have a job. You don't have a career, because they're not gonna be like, "Who's this fool right here?" I don't know. I just started working at American Express. I told you just to come. Like maybe they might. But I mean, the idea that this guy could get away with so much, and have it really kind of go uncalled on. I mean, I call people out. I mean, the Dodgers. I love the Dodgers, man. I mean, I grew up with them, but I won't go to a game, and I just kind of can't. Be around that stuff.
Man, and you were we saw you at Dodger games all the time. Yeah. And shout out to Felipe Esparza, who walked behind you in one of the live interviews.
Oh yeah.
But you were at Dodger games, so you don't go anymore. No. We had DL Hughley yesterday too, man, and DL said pretty much the same thing, man. Like it's just a ball of like.
But also, when you're a little kid, man, and it's 4th of July and you're waving the flag and everybody's cooking and everybody's happy and having drinks and all your family's together at the park. There's a dark side we don't know yet, right? Because we're kids. But as you get older, you're starting to see that Vietnam, and you start to see all the stuff, 9/11, and you start to see you know, the wars and stuff like that, assassinations of Kennedy and Martin Luther King and Robert Kennedy, you start to see that, you know, behind the stuff, man. Like there's
Conspiracies are starting to be real.
There's these evil, the conspiracy.
Yeah, man. And
Hey, I said the conspiracy. I always thought Latinos, you know, should be with the Kennedy one. They can't figure it out. Oh, so you just say I'm gonna drive with a top down y todo eso. I'm gonna be going slow, pero me van a chingar with a rifle. And there's gonna be 3 people, but they're only gonna say it's one. Bullshit. Yeah, vamos. Let's go to Mervin's. Even though they call Mervin's.
It's stop at Federated.
But the more ridiculous, the more some people can make it sound normal. That's
crazy.
Yeah. Hey, in 9/11, they found a passport of the dude on the street, opened up to the picture that was on the plane.
Yeah, man.
You know, maybe they go, hey. In the air, don't take off yet. I mean, there's just no way, man. There's no way.
Do you think we landed on the moon back in the day?
No, hell no. Those over there by
you like
Pasadena, over there by Washington, De La Hoya, golf course.
Hey, man.
I told you.
It's the original one, man.
They probably saw Oscar that thing. I'm going. There's life on another planet. The pinche muñecos, that come out. Usually the people who look like that only come out at night. Watering the grass.
Hey, man, do you and Oscar, do y'all get along or?
Yeah.
Okay,
not now, but I mean after that.
Hey, man.
I love Oscar, man.
Right.
I love Oscar. And you know, the Oscar say, hey, what game? And it's like he said that they got mad at him because he moved out of East LA because he became a champion. It's like, listen, man. A bullet wouldn't want to stay in East LA. Right? Be happy for him.
Yeah, man.
Instead of saying, hey, and Jordan, I had a nice house. I could see the Sears and everything from my room.
Right.
You know, like, you up there.
Makes no sense.
Hey, George, what do you feel about some of the blowback you get? Because you're a guy that got to deal with a lot of the enoughs.
Yeah.
You got to be Latino enough, Hollywood enough, this enough, you know.
Yeah.
So there's you do get where the Latino enough. You know, how do you deal with those things?
That's their problem, man. Listen, I'm where I'm from. I grew up. I was born in the General Hospital, and I grew up in San Fernando, and I've been doing this for 46 years. And if you think that what I've done is, I believe that what I've done and what I've been able to do in my career is better for Latino people than it would be if I had never existed.
Right.
So
yeah.
why don't we
the
worry about that?
opportunities, the shows, the writers, the people you employ, the people you work.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's look at that instead of looking at whether I'm Latino or enough. I mean, listen. Somebody said, "Did you get your nose done, or is that?" I said, and left it like this.
Right.
And it keeps growing as you get older. In 6 years, I'm gonna be out there. All right, stop what you're doing.
You're about to ruin. Name is in the stars. My name is Humpty. Pronounced with an umpty.
Oh, how I like to frumpty.
Are you representing the top 10? Please allow me to bump thee. I'm stepping tall, y'all. It's just like Humpty Dumpty. That's the Humpty dance. Yeah. Oh my, George, you a hip hop head up.
You know, I was like,
fuck around, find out he's some digital underground.
Hey, man, I remember. But all that, like the criticism, man. Listen, man. It's like we didn't grow up to where we grew up. You know, look at him walking with 2 feet. I mean, like they criticize everything.
Hey, man, but did you ever see that thing where they talk about it? And it happened with us too. It's like, man, black people are calling about anything. Like, man, look at him being a good ass dad. Look at him picking his daughter up from school. You great
man, waiting at the light.
Man, waiting across the street. Man,
pushing a little don't want to.
Man. Over here, George feeding the homeless. Buying bikes for war people. You crazy as hell.
The best one is, you know, Jesus walked on water and all the people behind him go, he's not walking on water.
Yeah.
I put that thing out
my
there
God,
last
man.
night.
I went to go see Dave Chappelle at just he's working out some new material.
Yeah.
Bro, he got this thing that it's gonna work out. I don't want to go ahead of him, but he got something like that.
Yeah.
But oh my God, bro. Yeah.
But I mean, in the world of in life, you live once. I don't really look at it, but it wouldn't bother me anyway. I mean, it bothered me when I was a kid or younger, but not now.
Right, yeah. But and you know what's wild about it too, man, is that with the device, all the criticism comes straight to you now. Or it's right there. And everybody, it seems like it's easier to hate first.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, it's easier to hate first.
You know,
that spreads so fast.
You know, when people talk about like what will people think would be the single most destructive thing of this generation, and they said all of it, social media.
Yeah. Oh yeah, bro.
Yeah.
We see that. We see that. And it's wild because too, George, there's so many deposits that that you just talked about in your career, and I've seen deposits personally.
Yeah.
Like when we would do our, salute the troops and things like that, bro, like not only would you get up live in the morning and come and hang with veterans and active military men and women and the families. And we would have like 600-700 people at Quiet Cannons. And not only would you come and do something early in the morning live, but then when we were finished, like either a toy, this, that, other, you would literally go in your pocket and spend thousands of dollars. And those kind of things, it wasn't like, we weren't recording. It wasn't like, we got to bring the news down here to see what I do. So that's why when I see sometimes, I'm like, damn, bro, it's like, it's wild because I always tell people this. I say, when a person lives to a certain age, right, it's like you lived.
Right.
And when I say that, there's a lot of people that become legends. And not take away from any legend that you probably have in your head. But if something were to happen to you 20, 25, 30 years ago, it would have been, oh, man, the legend. You're still the legend. The legend, George Lopez. But it's like when we get older, you see people, then people start to attack you. People start to come at you. Those kind of things like when Pac passed as a legend. I wonder if Pac would have made it to 50, 55, 60, what people had said about even with Pac. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
it's just crazy how, and I remember one time Exhibit said, man, hip hop eats his own. And now I think we just eat our own period, bro.
And negative first, not,
that's what I said.
I'm not even the person that you're supposed to be talking to. Wow, all right.
Right.
Yeah.
But
unfortunately, I think it's bad for kids, man, because they can't take it, man.
Yeah,
like
I know,
they can't
man.
take it, and
we see it,
and you see it in the likes and all that stuff. That
Yeah, we see more anxiety.
Yes.
We see and I was watching this one documentary where they were talking about suicide amongst teens.
Yep.
And most suicides, I want to say damn near all in this documentary, were connected to social media, bullying, not being enough, those kind of things, man. With your daughter Maya, does she get upset with any of the comments that's directed towar's you? Or
I think so. I think so. I try not to tell her anything like not to pay attention to it because she's gonna listen to me, but they all pay attention to it.
Right.
So I just say enjoy going forward and don't look back. If you're gonna look at those things, you're gonna see good ones. You're gonna believe it.
Right.
And if you're gonna believe the good ones, believe the bad ones.
Right.
So there's nothing in there for anybody to see. But she did all the therapy and she's gone through all of the stuff. But when I was like 3 or 4 years old and my grandmother wouldn't pay any attention to me, I would put like a woodpecker in the door jamb of the living room, and I would hit my head against the door jamb like a woodpecker, and it's just acting out for attention. And I would just stand there and be hitting my forehead, bam, 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 bam. Just my grandmother never moved, and one time when I stopped, she said, "Yesterday you did 32."
Right, I was paying attention.
So there was nothing I could do that was going to get them to pay attention to me. So as you grow up, like we talked about last time, all of that's in me. Like they didn't say "I love you," they didn't say hello, they didn't say good morning, they didn't say any of that stuff. So that stuff is kind of still in me. I think that's why I don't open the door when someone knocks, and I don't answer the phone when it rings.
Really though, have you been? He blaming it back on trauma. Like I'm sitting here like, oh, that's why you didn't take my call.
Yeah. I know.
I'm going to know now when I call him. Be like, he's going through it. That's why he didn't pick up. Oh man, he's.
And D.L. Hughley calls. It shows up no caller ID. So it's either D.L. Hughley or Lee Trevino. Only two people that no caller ID come from.
And then you answer.
And then I wait for the message, and then I might call back.
Oh. Do you know how to disappear from everything, George?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you got to have a disappearing game.
I go to another country to play golf, and it's in Ireland.
Flex.
I joined this thing in Ireland, and I was out there last year for.
Oh, you go to Ireland for
I go to
golf.
Ireland.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I go to Ireland.
Wow.
I used to go to the Spirit Runner right there, where the Wicks used to be.
My favorite.
And then, so I was out there for like a month, and then I was with Brian. I said, Brian, check it out, man. And the whole time that we've been here, I haven't seen any other Latino people, haven't heard anybody with an accent, haven't heard anybody selling anything that streets flowers or anything. And I said, you know what? It's nice.
Right, really?
I'm waiting for that to hit here.
Right.
No.
Get ahead of it. Start your own business.
Yeah.
You go to Ireland to golf?
Yeah. I won't go to Coffee Bean to get coffee, but I'll go to Ireland to golf.
Right.
That's crazy, man.
But isn't it crazy that you go to Ireland to golf? Like the kid from the Valley too, though.
It saved my life, golf, man.
Really,
It saved
though?
my life, yeah.
Man, yeah. Do you
because-
golf, Jesus?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. It really is.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Latinos are golfing now.
Yeah.
It's just nice, dude. It's you got to be in the moment. That's the thing. You can't be present. You got to be in the
But
moment.
also when you mess up when you're starting,
Yeah.
the tendency is to get frustrated. But when you pull back and relax, the better you do. And if you try to swing harder, the worse you do. So it's like
Exactly,
it tells
yeah.
you in life, you relax.
Patience.
All right.
Yeah.
How long have you been golfing?
I've been golfing since the pandemic, so I got hooked. Like he says, you mess up all the holes, and then you get that one hole. He had a par, and you're like, I think I'm gonna keep going. It keeps you keep going, and
Man, one of
keeps
my
you to-
my
I've been
buddies-
golfing a little bit longer than him.
Right,
Yeah, he's good. No, you're
Christmas
good.
Day of 1981.
Yeah,
Really though. So you started golfing when we weren't golfing.
yeah.
No, I don't think there were.
Hey, man.
There were only 14 holes back then.
Right.
Do you guys get imposter syndrome? Because I feel like I get that sometimes when I do Pilates, because it's like something that I wasn't used to or I saw. So like with golf, like, do you guys feel that?
Right.
Hey, I had a rough childhood, but it's still not harder than Pilates.
Right, yeah.
Pilates.
Have you tried that?
Oh,
Pilates.
Pilates is brutal, man. I used to go, God rest her soul, Mari Windsor, who created the Windsor Pilates thing. I used to go right there on Melrose, and she did the Michael Jackson, the Smooth Criminal. She was a dancer and all that stuff, so she's in it. She's a little lady, like blonde lady, and she would get in, and she didn't take any time between exercises because I'm like, how do I cut them? Because she would just go for, now we're gonna go over here, now we're gonna go over here,
Yeah.
and then she says, Roger's gonna take you next week because I won't be here because I have an appointment. And Roger, you'll like him. He was on Broadway in some shows. So, I go in there and Roger afterwards. I said, so tell me about being on Broadway. Oh, I was a dancer, and I just loved to dance. And I said, were you in Cats? He's
Right.
like, was I in Cats? Like this.
Hey, man.
I was like, hey, that dude talked for 25 minutes. He goes, time's up.
Yeah. Hey, but you knew exactly what you were doing.
Exactly. The minute he said, so I didn't know you were a dancer. Was I a dancer? And then the next exercise, I said, because I was in Cats, and I just laid right there with a little alambres all wongo, dancing in front of me, man. I was like, gee, Roger.
Hey, man, but you knew exactly what you were doing.
I knew exactly.
Hey, man, that's what I do with my
Mari-
trainer. That's what I do with Rolo. I was like,
Yeah.
man, this is crazy. And then he's
She's
like,
like, come
yeah,
over
man.
here. She's like, come over here. I'm like, man, come on.
Do you exercise now?
Yeah.
Yeah. You got what is exercising now? Just like stretching and
I know,
what I'm
right?
saying? Like,
Man,
Up and
stretching.
downstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The stretching, it's still stretching.
Yeah.
Because
The breathing.
It's important that breathing too.
Yeah.
Somebody, it's almost like you don't want somebody to tell you something. I was looking at my phone, and sometimes they looked at me and they go, "Do you realize you hold your breath when you look at your phone?" And I said, "No." Also, when I saw you looking out the window, you hold your breath. I said, it's kind of an anxiety thing.
really?
But before that, listen, I would have passed out. Who would have known? Now I know I gotta keep breathing. And I still, it's so, now I realize I'm doing it.
Oh.
And it's crazy.
So that's just you.
Pretty much from whenever it started, probably as a kid, looking out the window where I was
Yeah.
and how long do you breathe? It's never gonna, I'm never gonna not do it.
So
It's
this
just
and you think it's
impossible.
an anxiety to you?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy.
Somebody, I said, why did you tell me, man?
Yeah.
I messed you up.
Yeah.
I mean, now I real and you feel it. I feel it.
Hey, man, do you ever look at social media and they'll tell you some stuff and it's like, dude, I've been doing it okay.
Yeah.
But they'll tell you like you've been putting the trash bag in the wrong way. But I'm like, dude, like, it's too much fucking information now. Like, you've been doing this wrong your whole life. And I'm like, well,
Right?
but it didn't kill me.
You know what the craziest thing is as a country, we can't decide in the outlet which one goes up and which one's going down. So sometimes you have a dryer that has that longer little prong. And it's
Yeah.
upside down when it should be the other way. They
Yeah.
all should be the same way to plug in like this, not plug them in upside down.
You got a lot of time on your hand. You know
Yeah,
that shit too.
yeah.
Like, hey man, the bigger prong should be on the left every time.
Exactly.
Every time. How do you eat, George? Do you have to watch your diet now? Do you eat?
Yeah, but I mean,
Okay.
I don't eat that much.
All right.
No.
What's changing with age?
Yeah, what's changing?
Because you got to
with age?
think, George, I've known you from black hair. You know what I'm saying? Like we're like 3 decades in.
Yeah, I would say, unfortunately, I would say more isolation. So I have to try to make a thing to get out. Yeah, that's not going to be good.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and they warned me too, and they said if you think it's bad in your 50s, it's going to be worse in your 60s, and when you get to your 70s, it's really going to be sad.
But you know what's wild about that too, though, George, is like the isolation. Sometimes we don't know because we could bring the world in with this,
Right?
You know, as opposed to going and getting out and going and seeing certain things. Now you could bring everything in, and it feels like you're a part of something.
You know, you look at the sunset through the window, but 5 feet in front of you is a door to a beautiful balcony. Just go sit on the balcony and watch the sun go down.
Yeah. Do you try to get out now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I know you wanted us to go over to your house and do the whole show from there.
Oh, wow.
like Ben can't come over here. Hey, have you ever golfed with Donald Trump?
I did.
Yeah, man.
In 2007 on Father's Day. That'll tell you what kind of fathers we both were.
Was it in an island?
There was an island green, but I don't know.
No island.
I remember one time, George, you was like, have you ever
Present.
seen him in person? I was like, nah, I never seen him. You was like, he's a big old, just fat, tall, funky motherfucker like that. What'd you say, spam?
Spam.
Yeah.
Like if you know how sometimes you swing and the shirt comes out, you'd be like, man, the spam. Hey, go get the key and close the shirt.
Like, but you say he look a man.
The key. Remember that? And then you keep
Y'all
it.
don't get.
And
Then you had
the key
spam.
for the
You
spam.
have to put the key in spam. You have to roll the top
all the way
off.
around. And then all of a sudden you're like, hey, if anybody buys any spam, I got a key from yesterday. Just let me know. All right. You're like, you open spam and the key's not there. I got it.
Hey man, so but
Let me tell you the story. So in 2007, when the show syndicated, that's when I played with golf with Trump. Back then, you know, there's a lot of things about him nobody knew. A lot of things about me nobody knew. So he was, that's alleged. He was allegedly at Nobu in New York, and the show had just syndicated, and it was the Miss. What beauty pageant did he have? Miss America.
I think Miss America, and I think he had Miss America.
Yeah.
Miss America. So they're at Nobu, allegedly with a table full of contestants from Miss America at dinner. So it's probably 11:45 in the evening. It's 8:45 here. So I was sitting down, I leave my look, and it says, you know, Trump. Hello? It's like, it says, George, it's Donald. Goes, can you say hello to some of my friends here? And I guess he had said, and now it makes sense. He said, I can get anybody in the world on the phone. You tell me who you want to talk to, and I can get anybody on the phone in the world. Just tell me. So those girls are all like 19. So the show had just syndicated to Nickelodeon, if you remember. Like, it was on all the time. And people were like, what show is this? So I said, you know George Lopez? I know George Lopez. Calls me up. Hi, my name's Heather. Oh, my God, watch your show. I love your mom. And they're like, hang on. Hi, I'm Desiree. Yeah, hi. Oh, my God, I love you so much. Yes. It goes all around the table, all 16 people. It goes back to him. He hangs up on me.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
You did.
I said, hey, Doc, hello?
You did exactly, but he got exactly what he was looking for.
He got all of them to say hello to me, and then I was like, hey, man, hello?
Yeah, and then his party started.
And
And his party started.
Yeah, man.
So, I mean, it's like that. It's like you see it, too. Like,
Did you ever think he would be president of the
No.
United States?
No.
Let me tell you, man, because he used to do our show, right? I've never met him, but he would do, like, it would be call-ins, because I guess, you know, when he was doing The
of course.
Apprentice.
Right.
And it was always, you know, big boy, you got the biggest rating show, and I got the biggest rating, and everything was the biggest back then.
Yeah.
Jason and I used to literally clown him, like, oh, it's the best, not
right.
knowing that this dude would ever become president. And now everything is the best and the biggest deal, the biggest this, big, beautiful bill.
What they say, you say it more than 3 times, people start to believe it.
Yeah, man.
No, it's not. No, it's not. You keep saying it, they believe it. We're at his place in Bedminster, which is, you know, a golf course / Lyme disease recreational center. I mean, we're out there with ticks everywhere, man. And so we're out there, we're standing on the tee. He goes, is this not the most beautiful golf course in the world, George? No, man.
Like,
Not at all. I said, no, it's terrible out here. And he's like, he wouldn't admit it. I think it's the best place in the world.
yeah.
I said, all right.
But you see it now,
But you see it now, and there's
then people believe it.
in the thing, yeah. But although I think when somebody used to pull up to town and they'd stand on the back of the truck and they'd say, "Hey, I got something for you right here. I got
Like a
this."
salesman.
And hey, lady, come over here, even though they know each other. I want you to drink this. I want you to tell me how you feel. And, I'll take some. I mean, it's like the con man came as a confidence man.
Right.
So the con was the confidence, and then that's how they made that became the con man. This is a guy that knows everything. I know you got a problem with that. I can take care of that. I got a guy out here. See me $75. I got to come out here and get a guy to work on that for you.
Hey man, can you tell them the story about when your run-in with Secret Service?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Well, I think where did it start? Oh, I was this is all alleged. So
right. Yeah, he just learned it to allege.
I was with Cedric at the Chateau Marmont, and you get a couple tequila, a little bottle of champagne. It was his daughter's birthday. And I get in the car, turn the phone back on, I look down, and it says Iran offered a $80 million bounty allegedly for Donald Trump, and I'm looking at him, I'm like, over here in the sun, and I put, we'll do it for half. Mm-hmm. And they consider that a threat against the leader of the free world.
Wow.
So they said to me, "What did Ina? My publicist, Ina called me. She goes, George, what did you? We were on the phone like 25 minutes ago. What did you say?" I said,
It was that quick?
Yeah. I said, because I'm getting all these calls from like Reuters and this and all over the Fox News. Does he have a comment? And I said, "What happened?" She goes, "Did you make it?" I said, "We'll do it for half." Like, what were you thinking? Like, that's like, I said, it's not a threat. It's an estimate. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's an estimate.
Somebody do it cheaper. That's just me. So they said. So then I go by Fox and TV and I walk by and I see, it looks like me. And I look over and it says, expect a visit from the Secret Service. Comedian George Lopez can expect a visit from the Secret Service of the United States next week for the comment that he made against a Iranian article that came out. And he said allegedly that they would do it for half. And sure enough, man, knock on the door. My lawyer's there, and they come in. I said, "Get you guys anything to drink?" No. Come over and everything you put on social media, they have.
Wow.
So he goes, I think you know why we're here, but there's also a couple other things we'd like to talk to you about. I said, okay. He goes, do you recall retweeting a picture of El Chapo with the severed head of allegedly the president of the United States? He come up and down. All the messages. The one thing you go to, some guys have a good left hand. They can move to the left. Mm-hmm. So our thing is to just be como pendejo, like you don't know, Right. So they go, do you recall El Chapo? I said, that's his name, El Chapo. I said, is he one of the Fantastic Four? No.
He's Chapo from Pacoima? Yeah. What'd you say?
He's not in the bookies, no. I said, no, I don't recall. So he opens the thing, he puts it in front of me. I bring someone to my attorney. I'm looking right there. He said, "So do you think that's funny, sir?" I was like, when I did it, I thought it was funny, but right now, but right now, I don't think that is funny. So did you recall saying that Donald Trump called Mexicans rapists and criminals, and you said when you saw him, you were going to rob him and fuck him? Right. I said that. They put the paper down there. You think that's funny? When I did it, I thought it was funny, but right now, but right now, I don't think it's funny. And then they said, do you recall saying that if they build a wall, they better build it in a day because if they leave the material out there overnight, it's going to be gone? I said, that's what I said.
That was me.
Hey, man. And then they said, if we come back, you're looking at 10 years in a federal penitentiary. Close the door. I said, always close the door and then you talk. I was married for 17.
Hey man, but it's wild because it becomes freedom of speech. Just watch what you say. Yeah, and we get that
There's
a lot.
No freedom of speech. Nah. There's no freedom of speech to people who have a position of it, but also as citizens, man. That you call somebody out for them. You can't say that. Like, what do you mean I can't say it? You can say it. There's people throwing blows over in the Denny's and all kinds of things because they can overhear somebody talking at another table. Like the policing of each other is what the issue is now.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, we seeing that a lot too.
With the whole ICE, like they just go, they fit the profile. What is that? 5'4" on a roof working? That's the profile. Yeah. So they would say, I had a joke where I said, hey, if you're gonna deport them, let us. let us decide. We all have relatives that we don't want to hear anymore. Let us pick them out. So in the middle of the night, Tia, wake up. What? Wake up. Tia, wake up. Why they want you in El Salvador. Salvador wants me? No, El Salvador. Let me put my brawn. No, we don't have time. They'll give you one in the detention center.
Hey, man, but you're watching what's going on.
Yeah.
And do you feel like it's an outlet for you when you get on stage?
Not really, because still people they don't want to hear that shit.
Right.
So in doses, like a little bit of it, but for the most part, if I didn't care, I'd go do an hour of it. But I do care, so I want everybody to have fun. So you pull back from it.
Have you gotten people that say you gotten too political?
No.
Okay.
I wasn't either, and I didn't want to be.
Right.
I mean, I was never trying to be, but with all this, man, I have to say something.
Yeah.
Man, I was saying stuff 30, 40 years ago, so why would I stop now, I think?
Especially when we need to hear your voice. Huh?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, I got all the receipts. Like I said, in 2005, I did all that stuff on the America's Mexican thing. I mean, I was talking about the same stuff we're talking about now.
FTP.
So, yeah, FTP. Yeah. So if I've left a template for other comedians to go and do that, absolutely, man. That means, the work was worth it. Yeah. And the risk is worth it. And also the ability to look at other Latinos and have them see you as something to be admired and not to be embarrassed or not to be of. I think the people are great. They've been always respectful, even more to me. And I don't think I could live or do comedy if that was the case, where if I looked like a sellout.
Hey, George, when you did or we did Lopez Tonight,
yeah,
how groundbreaking was that? But how early was that too? When you see a Latino man with a talk show, and that's the time when late night was just like the shit.
And the response of the people and everybody that was there, the color of everybody, and the way that we did the band, Prince was there, and all that
man.
Stuff. Man.
Just the culture, the people, the happy. Everybody did the show, and then it was wild when they canceled, because I'll see other people and they let them get their legs for years. Yep. And how long were we on?
2 years.
2 years. You'll see others like there's still some on. I'm like, damn, they're still on.
Conan O'Brien got $40 million when he lost the Tonight Show as a check to go away. I got 36 hours to get out of the building. That tells you everything.
And I thought that it was such a great show.
And when you'd run into people, they would tell you. And even now, we miss your show.
Yeah, man. And what about when the show is gone and people say, man, are you guys going to bring that back?
Yeah.
And you're like, no, man, I would love to.
Yeah. Luke Wilson told me that he was, he sees a brother in the airport. And he goes, hey, man, look at you. When you going to make a comeback?
Yeah.
When you going to make a comeback?
Man, I love to see
back,
that, man.
I haven't seen you in a minute, man. When you coming back?
Hey, man, but it was just great work at the time, too. And it was like one of those things, man, if it could have ran, like, oh, my God.
Let me tell you, in the beginning, Snoop was there. And he'd come out in the Laker the outfit, and he'd say to the assistant, "Can you take this to go get steamed?" So there's a girl, I call her Tiffany, but her name is Brittany, and she's got Snoop's.
So why do you call her Tiffany? No,
you can't do it anymore.
Right? Yeah.
But she has it on the rack and she's steaming and she passed out, man. Boom! She went down. The steam was like that, like if the Statue of Liberty was on her back with the steam going on. The smell of the weed from his Lakers suit knocked her out.
Oh wow!
They go in there and the steam's coming up, and they were in there in those dressing rooms in the middle, right? Where they had the putting green in the middle. They had the bar. They had like very open, like almost like Melrose Place. You walk out, hey, you're home. So they were in there smoking weed from like 3 PM, and then the show was over, and they were still in there. And when I left, they were still in there, and they were having to listen to music, having a good time. At 11:45, I get a call, and it says Warner Brothers. I said, Warner Brothers? It's the guard from the show, and he's outside, and it's like he's going like, hey, they're still here. Who's still there? Snoop and all of his associates are. And there's a really pungent smell of marijuana, and I'm not sure what I should do, because everyone's gone. And I said, just leave a door open and say goodnight.
Right.
So we leave.
They'll find their way out.
They did. I said, what do you want to do? They kick them out?
Hey, man, and with Snoop, he bring like his own little like speaker system. And so when dog chill, he gonna chill.
Man, I mean, Perfect Snoop, it's cold and there's weed and the recycling of that thing. Man, that dude must have felt like when you got like a dragon lit, one of those dragon things, and it's got like a heat lamp under it, but also got like some leaves he can lay on. It's like nobody wanted to leave that stage.
But it was also just a good atmosphere too. And George, you've done a lot.
Well, I'll
in
say
your
this:
career.
when we walked Prince out to his car, man, Prince, and he's driving a Stutz Bearcat, like with the wheels. It's all very like
was
the Great
he
Gatsby.
driving?
He was driving.
He got behind the wheel.
I remember I said, "You drove yourself," and he did the eye roll. He would do the eye roll.
Yeah,
and he did the eye roll to me. He goes, "George, I drive." I said, "All right." So me and Bearden say goodbye to him, and we're like,
oh my God,
love you, man, love you too. And we're looking and we're going, "Oh shit, he's going the wrong way."
Right? Hey man, and y'all probably don't know the name Bearden. But when he said Bearden, and this is how early we talking about too. The music director was Michael Bearden. And Michael Bearden is a hell of a musician. He does everything. But have you ever watched Michael Jackson's This Is It? The documentary for Michael Jackson?
I didn't catch it.
He was the one. He was Michael Jackson tour, what would that be? The music director.
Wow.
So he literally was the person that practiced Michael Jackson every day for that tour.
That's closer than almost like a horse and a jockey, because there's almost like you're thinking for each other.
If you watch the documentary, remember the human nature part when he's like, "No, slow it down, slow it down," and then Michael Bearden, it's the most beautiful.
And he says,
documentary.
"Let it simmer." He said, "Let it simmer."
Like take your time. But he talks about. I remember I sat with Michael Bearden, but he was talking about how they were all at rehearsal, waiting on Michael the day Michael Jackson passed. But you got to hear the way he explains his story. So even early on when the world, like the music world knew Michael Bearden, but when the world didn't know Michael Bearden, every day Michael Bearden was right there playing in this band for and with George Lopez.
So on a Christmas game, everybody goes to the Laker game on Christmas Day, right? So Sam Jackson's sitting there, mine's sitting there, I'm sitting there, and across Prince got the fro, the dark glasses, and he's got the cane. He's like this and the cane. And I see him over there talking to Randy Phillips from AEG. They do all the concerts and stuff. They did This Is It, and they did the Michael Jackson tour. So I go over there, and I see him talking to Randy. Then Randy goes behind the basketball court and comes back over to us between me and Mayan and Sam. And he says, "I got to come and tell you what Prince said." Prince said, "Did George Lopez really sell out 7 shows at Nokia?" And I said, "He really did." And he said, "Do you think I could do it?" And he said, "Well, I don't know, Prince. You really kind of haven't been touring or released any new music." And he just put his glasses back up, and he was like, "Oh, I don't think he expected the answer. He's just doing like this, right?" So in the middle of a timeout, I see him over there, and he's looking at me, and I went like this.
7.
And he went like this. And he hit the cane. He went back to his position. He said, "Yeah."
And then remember, he was one of the first also that did a residency at the Forum.
Amazing.
Yeah. He went and did his nights over there, and did it.
Yeah, I went into his dress. Oh man. No, here's another one. So his favorite joke was Chaka Khan stole my sweater about my grandmother. It's in the Why You Crying. That the nurse, she wouldn't remember their names, and I go, "What's the matter now?" Diana Ross wants to give me a bath. I don't want Diana Ross to give me a bath. So he didn't know their names, and I said, "What's the matter now?" Chaka Khan stole my sweater. So Prince like Chaka Khan stole my sweater. So when he asked me to introduce him on the first night, so Bobby over there at Lopez tonight, we made him black with silver, and extra small. The shirt was like this size. And he said, "Are these mine?" I give him 12. He goes, "Are these mine?" Immediately, like a kid, he starts cutting him. He starts cutting his sleeves.
Making it Prince style? Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh, I love it. These are all mine." He goes like this, And he says, "Hey, when I'm out there, I'm going to get your attention, and I'm going to finish a song in front of you. I got a surprise for you." It's like, all right. So he's running around. He's got the suit with the black leg and the white leg. He's got a cream double thing. He's running around with the guitar. He's going over there. He's jamming. He's over there. He comes over here. He comes back. He goes, George, I'm coming. Then he comes over here. He stops the song. Everybody goes crazy. He takes the guitar and swings it around his back. Now it's hanging off his back. And he opens up his double-breasted shirt. And there's a mid-cut. And it goes, Chaka Khan stole my sweater.
That's dope.
It's like the best thing ever, man.
Hey, man, and you're a fan first.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a fan first, man. Man, George, I thank you for
amazing.
coming into the neighborhood,
of
bro.
course, man. I love you guys.
Oh,
That's
are those
awesome,
new
man.
teeth?
Yeah.
Yeah, they look good. They look. Who else just
Period.
came in with some suede leaf
Yeah.
from Ray Sherman? Those look good, brother.
You know, the other ones, let's just say, Reseda out there. You know, sometimes Reseda looks nice, but Reseda also looks better when there's more tooth and less gum.
Yeah, the receipt of
You know when you
college.
smile and your back here hurts, you're like, oh. Forget about the 15 years that it's been happening. Now you're on people, you smile and the air hits it.
Man, literally, I'm supposed to be in my dental appointment in 15 seconds.
Wow.
George Lopez, thank you for coming into the neighborhood.
Yeah,
Appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen. George Lopez up in here, Big Boy's Neighborhood.